What's up, y'all? I want to welcome y'all back to 80 Cooks, and on the menu today is a Mostaccioli recipe. Easy, quick, simple, y'all. And what we have in front of us is about a pound of 20 hamburger meat. And what we want to do is just brown this. We're going to go in with some onion powder on this. Some garlic powder. Some seasoning salt. Some black pepper. And you're gonna go in with some Italian seasoning. I can't find mine right now. I'll do it off camera, but just add a little bit of Italian seasoning to this. And we just wanna let our meat brown. Okay, hamburger meat is browned. And what we're gonna do is drain some of this fat and grease up off this hamburger meat. And we're gonna leave a little bit in here so we can saute our onions and our bell peppers and our garlic. All right, we're gonna go in with our onions and our bell peppers. I also have some sausage. I'm gonna add that in last. Right now we're gonna add our onions and our bell peppers. And also I'm adding bacon to this. That's why my hamburger meat had a lot of fat on it, because I used the grease from the bacon that I cooked earlier or off camera. And I'm gonna add bacon into this Mostaccioli as well. So we just wanna get this to soften up a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna go in with our minced garlic. And we're gonna add our smoked sausage in as well. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and take this off. We'll drain this as well. You can put it in the strainer that you have your hamburger meat straining in. I usually just dump it on top. So we'll pull this off and add our salt to the same pot that we're using. All right, guys, we went ahead and took our onions, bell peppers, and our smoked sausage out, and we added us 2 jars of store-bought spaghetti sauce. This is optional. If you choose to make yours homemade, I did do a video for that. I'll leave the link down in the description for spaghetti sauce. I'm just doing store-bought in the jar because I don't have the time and I don't feel like messing with no spaghetti sauce today. But it's optional, just letting you know, and I'll put that down in the description. What I'm gonna do with this sauce is just cook that jar flavor or that jar taste out of this, may doctor it up a little bit, and that's about it with the spaghetti sauce. I do have Mostaccioli noodles on the side, which is off camera. You just want to get you a box of Mostaccioli noodles, cook it till it's al dente, and then you're done. Okay, we got our sauce bubbling a little bit. So that good hamburger meat, that sausage, that onions, that garlic, all of that goodness that we cooked earlier, we're gonna go ahead and add that into this without making a mess. And what we're gonna do is kind of let the flavors in the hamburger meat, the sausage, all of the onions, the garlic, all of that stuff marinate in with our sauce. Probably cook it for about maybe 5 minutes, and then we should be done. Also off camera, with spaghetti sauce that's in the jar, it doesn't have any type of sweetness to it. So off camera, I added a little brown sugar to it. I like going in with a little barbecue sauce in with mine. I had like a smoky type of barbecue sauce in the refrigerator, added that in with it, just doctoring it up a little bit. But that's about it, y'all. We'll let this cook for about 5 minutes, and then we'll start constructing our Mostaccioli dish. Okay guys, forgot something. You cannot forget your bacon. So take your bacon, break it up. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm like, it's something I'm missing in this, and it was the bacon. And I had about 4 slices of bacon that I fried. So for about 5 minutes, we're gonna let this cook down. Okay, our spaghetti sauce is done. I went ahead and shut the eye off on this. And what I'm gonna do, but I'm not gonna do it now, is I'm gonna let this sauce cool down a little bit. Because if I go in and add my Mostaccioli noodles to this, it's gonna continue the cooking process of my noodles. And we want our noodles to cook once we've constructed it together in our Mostaccioli dish. So let things cool down a bit before you add your noodles to it. Just advice. If you want to do it, it's your food, you got to eat it. But I would let your spaghetti sauce cool down a bit. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add in our Mostaccioli noodles. And if your noodles have dried out a little bit because they've just been sitting, run a little water on them and it'll wake them back up. Oops. I use 2 hands on this because they're slippery. And another thing about Mostaccioli, some people tend to make it dry. I hear a lot of people, when they make Mostaccioli, the issue is that it's a dry Mostaccioli. The reason why it's dry is because either you've added too much salt, you've added too many noodles, or you've added less sauce to it. So in this case, don't add too many noodles to this. Because we don't have any more sauce, so we're going to be careful about how many noodles we add to this. And I think this should do us. Okay, what we're going to do is go ahead and put our Mostaccioli into a dish. So, we're only going to be using 2 layers on this. So you want to make sure you put a nice amount in here so we can double up on our layers. So let's go ahead and add our Mostaccioli in. And there's no need to butter this, the bottom of this pan. There's just no need for it because of the sauce. It's going to prevent things from sticking. And I think that should be enough for our first layer. Add 1 more in there. I lied, another one. this to the side. Now we're gonna go in with some ricotta cheese. The best thing to do with handling this is make sure you kind of leave your ricotta cheese out before you start putting this together, because it's gonna be stiff. So leave it out. And we're just gonna try our best to get this ricotta cheese. Even though I left mine out, I mean, it's still gonna be kind of tough to deal with, but it's a lot better. If I wouldn't have left it out, it would have been very difficult to add this ricotta cheese to this with it being cold. And the ricotta cheese makes it creamy to me. I see some people add, I've seen some people add Philadelphia cream cheese. You can do that as well. But we want a nice layer of this ricotta cheese on this. Alrighty, let's level things back out again. Alright, now we're gonna go in with our cheese, or our other cheese. I think what I did was I mixed Parmesan, Colby Jack cheese, mozzarella. It's a bunch of cheeses in this, and it's your food. You have to eat it, so use whatever cheese you want. We'll add us a layer of cheese on top of this. I think there's about 5 cheeses in there, I think. Sorry, I can't call them off, but it's a bunch of them. Alright, we're gonna add our top layer on. And that's the cue for the stove. You want to have your stove on 350 preheated. And we just want to level this out. Alright, and then we're going to go on with our top layer of cheese. And that's it, y'all. Again, this goes into a 350-degree oven, uncovered, for 30 minutes. Okay, our Mostaccioli was in the oven for about 30 minutes, and these are the ending results to it. What we're gonna do is let things cool down. What I also did was sprinkled a little parsley flakes on top. So before we dig into this, we'll let this cool down. All right, we let our Mostaccioli sit and cool down for a minute. So what we're gonna do is cut into this bad baby. It still may be a little hot. cheesy. Move this to the side. And there you have it, y'all. Baked Mostaccioli done the right way. And I really appreciate you all for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. And peace.